Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I release a legacy video every Friday. Hello everyone, Martin here, back with another legacy video, and this is exciting. This is the first video that I've done since the banning of Vexing, Bauble, and Psychic Frog a few days ago. I'm recording this on the Tuesday, so the day after the actual ban announcement. And before I go into the deck tech, just wanted to, I don't know, share my just 2 cents on the whole thing. I'm very happy that Psychic Frog and Vexing Bauble were both banned. I thought they were in each of their own way just kind of not healthy for the format. I think in particular Vexing Bauble was just a pretty horrible eyesore on my enjoyment of the format. I know not everyone feels that way, and that's totally fair. Um, I am a little bit concerned that we are just going from one frustrating situation to the next. And I think, in a sense, that probably is always bound to happen to some extent. I think people will tend to, um, like, get concerned about whatever they don't like, whatever is getting in their way of enjoying the format. And something always ends up doing that. But I am worried that Nadu and the Eldrazi deck are just going to prove to be too strong. And if that ends up happening, then I do think it is a little bit of an unfortunate series of events that we will then have gone from like needing grief banned but not getting it banned, then finally getting it banned, but knowing when grief was banned that Psychic Frog almost certainly also had to be banned, but not having it banned, then finally getting Psychic Frog and then Vexing Bauble banned, but knowing that Nadu and something out of the Eldrazi deck probably needed to get banned, but that not happening. And you see what I mean? And between now and next banning, maybe something else comes along that also, I don't know, scuppers it. I don't know. It's yeah, it's hard. But let's play some Legacy, and I still find enjoyment in playing Legacy, so let's go ahead and do that. And for today's occasion, I have gone with a Turbo Doomsday deck. I don't know what the format is going to look like immediately here. I do kind of expect Pyroblast to be back. I expect people to at least try to pivot from Dimir Tempo into Grixis now that Psychic Frog is no longer there. I think having another really good sort of threat in not Deathrise Shaman, Dragon's Race Chandler is pretty appealing. I also think Lightning Bolt has been unbanned. I think it was soft banned by Psychic Frog. So, and that does matter to us playing Doomsday, right? I still am trying a split between Jace Wheel of Mysteries and Thassa's Oracle because of Consigned to Memory. But Jace does drop off of a cliff if Pyroblast becomes like a big factor in the format. But we still have like we have 6 discard spells, 3 defense grids, and some number of dazes post board versus tempo. I do feel kind of okay about that. I also think if Pyroblast becomes more of a thing, I think Shieldred becomes more interesting. And so I've decided to throw in a couple of Shieldreds here. I'm still respecting graveyard decks with two sideboard cards here. Plus, the Nihil Spellbomb can do work versus endurance. And then, while I don't think it's ever going to be profitable to try and play a long game versus Eldrazi, and I do favor just trying to be as fast as possible, I do think Consigned Memory is a decent enough option there. It can counter Chalice of the Void on the play. It can counter like a Thought-Knot Seer. It's a bridge between like the turns you need. I also think Blood Moon decks like Moon Stompy is getting like worse for us because Vexing Bauble meant they weren't playing Chalice of the Void. So they're probably back to playing Chalice. I've added a second basic island, or I think I was playing that before as well, but I've kept that in. And yeah, I don't know. It's nice to have more basic island versus the moons, but I'm not sure if it's going to be good enough. But having said that, let's jump into League. All right, we're on the draw And we have a hand that unprotected wins on our turn 2. I'm going to keep this hand. We are kind of mono 1-drops here almost. So, and this is Eldrazi, yikes. So if they go turn 1 Chalice, it's pretty much just terrible. And let's see. They have, and they do. Gross. Okay. Yay. Well, let's just play this Lotus Petal here. If we can get to, like, if Bloodstained Mire can show us, like, can surveil into Doomsday, we might have a chance. If not, then I'm more or less ready to just give up. And we take some damage. And they play those out in an interesting order here, playing out the Mox Diamond after the Chalice for 0, but who cares, because that's how Magic cards work now. And they just get to get value off of that anyways. Meanwhile, I'm stuck here not playing Magic. Let's put this Brainstorm into the graveyard. Come on, Doomsday. Doomsday. Nope. Force of Will. Okay. So, I don't know. Like a Wasteland is terrible for us. The Force of Will was nice, but yeah. I have not missed playing against Chalice of the Void. I mean, this deck was playing Chalice of the Void through Vexing Bauble, but still. They are passing here. I think I'm going to thin here. Okay, Doomsday, please. Nope. Let's pass. If they go Kozilek's Command here, I think I probably have to force it. Oh, they're charging up their Blast Zone. We don't care about that. Well, I guess we do, because they can blow it up. We need to get to 0 cards in the deck, which is going to be hard with the Chalice for 0 and Chalice for 1 in play. And like, I'm going to play Doomsday, go to 6, if let's say if I even drew it right now. Oh, what's this? Devourer of Destiny, which can't be countered. Yeah, we can just go ahead and concede. Never mind. Yeah. Okay, so we can bring in these 4 blue cards, and we can remove, I think, the Jace. I mean, they do play Disruptor Flute and Kozilek's Command, but we're gonna be like pretty well set up to disrupt them. What else? Like maybe one of the cyclers. I don't know. Maybe 4 cards is too many. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna board out like this, so I won't bring in the Forces of Negation. I think I'll bring them in on the play if there's a game 3 in lieu of a couple of dazes. Yeah, let's try this. We didn't show them what we're doing, but they might infer from the like polluted Delta mana base and Lotus Petal that we're Doomsday. Okay, the nuts. Let's go ahead and keep this. Alright, I'm going to Doomsday here, and I'm going to build a pile that can hopefully beat most things. So let's actually put a land on top. Let's put Basic Island. And then we can put LED, Thassa's Oracle, and Consider in a Cycler. So if they wasteland us, we just draw the island, we win with Brainstorm. If they leave up open mana, we draw island, we Thoughtseize them and take their whatever the thing is they're trying to beat us with. So we put LED, then Consider, and then Basic Island on top. Let's go. If they have something like double Chalice for 0, that's really annoying. If they have double Chalice for 0 and a Wasteland, then we lose. But I think this kind of beats a lot of things. Oh, there's Lotus Petal. There's Chalice for 0. Well, so I think we Force of Will this. That means I can no longer Thoughtseize and then also win on the same turn. They had the Wasteland, okay. But then they pass. So let's hope they can't interact with us here. Off of their Lotus Petal. Back Thoughtseize, put back Consider, play LED. Also, I don't know, I'm sorry, I don't want to rag on anyone. Oh no, never mind. Never mind. Okay. Cycle Street Wraith, hold priority, sack LED for trip blue. Cast the Consider, put Thoughtseize into the graveyard, and we win. Alright, cool. Okay, so let's put away 2 copies of Daze and bring in 2 copies of Force of Negation. Is there a world where we also want to trim on one drops just to not fall to a chalice like last game? This is on the draw. Like, is like 3rd copy of Daze better than 4th copy of Personal Tutor? When also considering that this matchup is about speed. I don't know. I think this is okay. I will not complain about this. Chalice for 0 again would be really annoying. Opponent kept 7. Okay, here's a Cavern of Souls. And a Mox Diamond. I will Force of Will or Force of Negation Chalice here. Wow, Chalice in all of the games. I think I pitched Daze. They have a Cavern. Okay. Brainstorm? No. Okay. Just trying to work out what the play here is. Yeah, I think it is. I think we play Petal and then cast Dark Ritual Doomsday and then we cast Ponder. So we need the Thassa, we need an Underground Sea to fetch out. We could possibly need Cavern of Souls. Like if they have a Chalice, like another Chalice. But I think if they had another Chalice, they would have played it for 0. But I mean, if we don't put Cavern of Souls into the deck and they actually go Chalice for X equals 2, then we've just lost. But I don't think it's correct to play around that. I think what's more likely is that they either have Kozilek's Command or are able to play like a Thought-Knot Seer next turn. So let's see here. How do we beat the Kozilek's Command? I think we beat it with 2 Cyclers. I don't think it can be 2 edges. Let's make it 2 Street Wraith. Okay, so I ponder into Street Wraith here and I pass. And then I guess if they can exile my island, we just lose. Right, okay, so if they can kick a Sowing Myco spawn next turn, but that would require 6 mana, and they only have 3 right now. Oh, my opponent has conceded. I'm sorry, I guess I was taking a bit of a long time. Okay, my opponent conceded. I don't know what they had. Like maybe they had nothing. They had 3 cards in hand, but I guess we won't find out. Okay, cool. We're up a match. Let's go to round number 2. Alrighty, we're up against me, the captain, who, if I'm not mistaken, is their name escapes me, but it's one of the excellent Storm players from the EpicStorm.com. So this might be the Epic Storm opponent. It might be maybe they're streaming and doing something wacky. Who knows? But I'm gonna choose to be on the play, and I'm going to keep this hand of Double Force of Will and Doomsday. Let's ponder and find a Dark Ritual, please, and thank you. Oh no, that's no good. Shuffle these, double Thoughtseize, Doomsday, draw. One of those 2 Thoughtseizes because I only played 2. Moto Bug, I believe the name is, of what just occurred. Okay, Scalding Tarn and Lotus Petal, and they pass. Makes me think there might be a Veil of Summer in my immediate future. Let's cast a Brainstorm. Suddenly I'm down to like 1 Force of Will. Okay, let's put away Thoughtseize and Doomsday. And let's play Bloodstained Mire and cast this Lotus Petal. So we have double force happening right now, but if we do need to double force, then we can't untap and win same turn, but that's probably okay. So let's let's have a look here. This does look to be like the Epic Storm, right? Commercial District and Underground Sea and Lotus Petal. So I am going to play it like that's what it is, and I'm not going to anticipate them having any way to interact with me here. If they do, then I probably lose unless it's like Force of Will right now. Okay, and we do have the same turn win, but it means putting down our guard, but I'm going to do that. So I'm going to cycle my Edge of Autumn and draw a Lotus Petal, which is going to be the top card of the deck. Then there's going to be a Consider, a Lion's Eye Diamond, a Cycler, and a Thassa's Oracle. This is one of those standard piles. So we put Thassa on the bottom with the Street Wraith on top, and then we just need for Lotus Petal to be the top card of the deck. And we cast the Petal and then cast Brainstorm. We put back Personal Tutor and Consider. We might as well keep up Force of Will for as long as possible here, which I guess would have been the same if we had put back one of the forces instead of the Personal Tutor, but whatever. So we cycle Street Wraith, maintain priority, sack LED for blue, draw Consider, put Personal Tutor in the graveyard, and play the Thassa's Oracle. Alright, they concede. Yeah. Okay, I mean, we do have stuff to bring in, plus I think this is just not the most pleasant matchup for them. Veil of Summer is their big bogey card. I kind of want all the discard and counter magic nonetheless. I don't know that I want any graveyard interaction. I mean, they are probably Beseech the Mirror here, so like it wouldn't hurt to lock up Gay as well, but then they can also just like make a giant galvanic relay with us sitting with our Fairy Macabre in our hand or whatever. So let's say we want these 9 cards. The Shieldreds I'm also not completely sold on, but I think they are like an acceptable and effective tool. And I think they can replace a couple of number of Personal Tutor. I also think we don't need Jace. And if I'd had 2 Thassa's Oracles, I would have boarded at 1. I also think we can cut a land, cut the Cavern of Souls. I'll cut the Cabal. No, maybe not Cabal Ritual because we're bringing in Shieldred. I'll cut a couple of Cyclers. And what else? I mean, they have been known to play Force of Will out of the sideboard, but I don't know if that was more of an experiment or what. I'll go down to 2 Cyclers and 1 Personal Tutor, I think. I need to cut one more thing. I guess I'll cut a Lotus Petal. Yeah, so what's our disruption look like now? We might be just a little bit overloaded on disruption here, but that is also like one of the ways we beat them, right? We have 18 pieces of disruption. That's pretty grotesque. Okay, let's submit. All right, I like this hand. If we don't get turn 1, we can keep up Consign a Memory in Daze, and we also can look into a future where we probably can cast a Shoulder in not too long. Okay, they play out their zeros, and then they play Undercity Sewers, and they keep it on top. Okay, they do pass the turn, so that's nice. Dark Ritual here would be amazing. I think I play Flooded Strand and my Lotus Petal. There's a world where we're getting Echo of Eon, and then having a Lotus Petal out is not the worst. And this way we keep up Consign to Memory, we can Daze. That might not be enough, but yeah, let's see. Burning Wish. Okay, I will allow it, as they say. They Thoughtseize. Are they going to Thoughtseize me now into a Daze? Yeah, no, I didn't think so. Okay, let's Surveil here. What do I want most out of life? Probably a discard spell? Or or a Doomsday. This is certainly interesting. I mean, I think I probably take this, right? There is certainly a world where they Thoughtseize away our consigned memory and then just kill us easily next turn. But I am going to make them do that through days and this consign. Okay, so Cycler, Thassa, Eichler. Oh, I'm a little bit worried about my life total. Like if they are able to mini tendrils me here, but then they probably just are able to do it for the full. Um, so Cycler, Thassa, probably Force of Will, or Force of Will, Force of Negation. Yeah, because they might echo us, and then it's nice to draw into some counter magic. So we put the two forces on the bottom, and then the Thassa sandwiched in between the two cyclers, and we say, "Do your worst." Okay, they. Oh, maybe I was supposed to consign that. I think I daze this, and then I hope that they don't have rituals, but their last card is like they have a tutor that they then can't cast. And I am going to daze picking up Underground Sea. Not sure it matters, but okay. Yeah, I think we're dead here. So they will have 3 mana once they've paid for this daze. Yep, you got it. They see the harmless consigned to memory. Well, harmless now that it gets taken. And then I assume they can like Burning Wish for tendrils or Infernal Tutor for tendrils or whatever. My best hope is that it is Echo. Wow. They had Beseech as well. Okay, I mean they're gonna have a boatload of mana floating, but if I'm lucky, I will draw. Wow, look at that. So there's a Daze and 2 Underground Sea and a Doomsday in my deck. I can cycle Street Wraith and see if I hit the Daze. I can't pitch a Thassa's Oracle, obviously. Veil of Summer. I'm gonna cycle a Street Wraith before I decide on anything. Okay, we hit Underground Sea. I think I'm supposed to force pitch force here. I could also actually, hang on, I could cycle the edge. Because I have pedal. Or we can take a turn off. Oh, and I do hit the daze. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I got love in my tummy. Force of Negation pitch daze. Now they cast, yep, Galvanic Relay. And then they lose. I would assume so anyways, but we don't know their hand, of course. They flip a bunch of things, but Galvanic Relay means they have to pass, I would assume. Yep. All right. And there is Thassa. GG's opponent. All right, 2-0, off to round number 3. On the play for round number 3. And we get a nice hand here. We could even like go for a turn 1 Doomsday if we were so inclined. But that would cost us we would have to cycle the land. And I think probably I'm more happy to take it just a bit more slowly, which by that I mean I'm going to cast Personal Tutor here and put Doomsday on top of my deck and see what they do. Chrome Mox, okay. Chrome Mox pitching Pyroglyph. So this is Moon Stompy. Very interesting. They have Chalice, okay. Yeah, can't really do a whole lot about that. So I'm going to cast the Doomsday anyway, but now I am slightly concerned here. And my cause for concern is, do I play around Chalice, like them having Chalice of the Void number 2, or do I play around them having Blood Moon? I think, well, we're going to want the Thassa here. We could just build a pile that has all cyclers, then Thassa, and then either a Cavern of Souls or a Lotus Petal. Like, Lotus Petal instantly loses to Chalice on 0, Cavern of Soul instantly loses to Blood Moon. I think if they had Chalice for 0, they would have played it last turn. Though in the dark, maybe not. Like, Chalice for 0 is only really good versus combo decks. If they had Blood Moon, would they have played that over the Chalice? It's hard to say. Oh yeah, hang on, never mind. They knew what I was doing, right? So I was on the play. So I think if they had Chalice for 0, they would have played it. So this is the play I'm going to make. Oh no, what did I do? What did I do? I put a second Edge of Autumn when I only have one land. Okay, so we have to pivot. That needs to be on the bottom then, and then like Thassa plus the Petal. And then we will have to leave a card in our deck. So hopefully they can't, like, Dead Gone the Thassa or whatever. They play a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Just please don't show me the Chalice for 2 or for 0, and then we can all be friends. Okay. So we're good. Cycle Street Wraith, cycle second Street Wraith. Tap the island for mana and sacrifice it to cycle the edge. And then we have the win. Phew. Yeah, I didn't think that through. Count your lands when you're relying on Edge of Autumns here. Okay. Pretty huge to win game number 1 in this matchup. This is, it feels to me like somewhat of a coin toss. So we want the Forces of Negation. I think we want Consign to Memory. Although maybe on the draw it's not good enough. And we want Basic Island number 2. I think we can, on the draw, we can probably cut like a couple of dazes. And maybe like one of the discard spells. And I don't expect Jace, Wielder of Mystery. Hey, have we sided out Jace in every matchup so far? Yikes. I guess that means we've not faced any Consign to Memory decks. So I'll side out a Jace. We're bringing in an island here. So maybe I board out one of the Underground Seas because I don't necessarily like the thought of going up to 17 lands in this matchup. Yeah, let's try this. I also feel a little bit iffy about boarding out the Dazes, but they are a Simian Spirit Guide deck most likely. Plus we're on the draw here. Okay. I mean, I'm going to keep this, but I do worry, obviously. Chalice for 1 is a beating. If they don't Chalice for 1, but they Blood Moon us, then we have that beat. If they do something more nasty like Trinisphere, then we're a sad panda. They have a Blood Moon. Okay. The Bloody Moon it is. Fortunately for us, we have drawn our one basic island, or a basic swamp rather. Okay, so probably want, I don't know, do we want both islands? That does seem like asking a lot. Maybe we want one island, one Lineside Diamond. Again, they didn't Chalice for 0, which they would if they could. How about Force of Will? I don't know. They have 2 cards in hand. How does this work? So we draw basic island. We cast Ponder, drawing Force of Will. That's slow. We don't want the Force. We want another Cycler, right? Maybe not this because they can probably deal us some damage. So we draw basic island, cast Ponder. Is that a thing we want to do? Then draw Edge of Autumn. Then pass, then Edge into LED. No, then so okay. Ponder, draw Edge, pass. Then draw second Edge, then Edge into LED, Edge sacking LED into Thassa. Seems like the play. That loses to a Chalice for 0. Though it doesn't have to, because we could do some Daze shenanigans, but yeah. Let's try this. So Thassa on the bottom, and put LED on top, then the 2 edges. Would love to see them pass the turn here. Unfortunately, they don't. But they do. Interesting. Wonder if they have Pyroblast. That would be GG's. Okay. Oh, fuck. I should have put the LED in my hand here. because now I give them an extra turn to Chalice for 0. But, well, we'll see. We still have a get out of jail card on that one, I think. 4 mana. Is this the One Ring? Or, oh, it's Chalice for 2. Well, if their last card in hand is Simeon's Spirit Guide, then it doesn't matter. But we do have the days for this. Phew. Close one, huh? Okay. Do we win? Cycle Edge of Autumn, sacking the Swamp, drawing LED. Let's play LED. And let's play one of these other lands. Sacrifice it by sacking it to Cycle Edge of Autumn, crack for blue. Heyo, we got there. Wow, quick league, 3-0 so far. Let's keep chugging. Chugga, chugga, chugga. Okie doke, we're on the play once more. Yeah, let's keep this, huh? The only question is, do we play it slow and surveil with Undercity Sewers, looking for, like, I don't know, a discard spell or a force, or do we just slam the pedal here? And I do kind of like going for it quickly. It does kind of put the onus on our opponent to find Force of Will here, if they have it. Let's cast Personal Tutor, get Doomsday. I'll play out the pedal. If it's a combo opponent, we can Hail Mary Brainstorm. And if they just go like blue fetch land go, then I think I probably have to ponder. But they're not doing that. Ooh, what is all this? Burning Wish. Okay, so it is. Oh, they're just going for it. It is a combo deck. Yikes. Seething Song. Okay, is this like sneak attack? Burning Wish. Well, I hope it's Galvanic Relay, because then they can just die next turn. Oh, Echo of Eons. That's nice. I don't think I brainstorm here. Let's see. If we remove the Doomsday from the deck, that's on top of the deck, then there are 51 cards, and 4 of them are Force of Wills, and I would get to look at 2 of them. So if it was 50 cards, it would be like one. It's a bit more than 1 every 12 cards is a Force of Will, and I would only get to look at 2, so I don't think the odds really work there. Let's well, unfortunately all we draw is days here to interact. Okay, there's a land drop. Exiling an Elvish Spirit Guide. What is this? Is this like is this like Belcher? Wow, it's so cool. Yeah. Don't think I point days at this. 4 mana, 5 mana, Seething Song, infinite mana. My 1 day's certainly not gonna get the job done. Okay, one last card. Is it Burning Wish? Another Echo of Eons. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Well, I do draw Force of Will this time. So, one Echo exiled, but this Echo is in the graveyard, so they're just ready to go again. Okay. Certainly is very interesting. Burning Wish. I have to counter this because it gets tendrils and then I'm dead. So let's pitch Ponder. So now they Echo of Eons again. It's going to cost them their pedal. Okay, let's go for it. Oh no. Well, I Street Wraith. I have Street Wraith Days and Brainstorm here. Suppose it's not impossible for me to try and get something going here. Another LED. 2 Echoes are gone. 1 Burning Wish is gone. 4 mana in the pool. Goblin Charbelcher. Well, let's cycle Street Wraith. That wasn't a Force of Will. Let's cast Brainstorm. There is Force of Will. Lovely. I guess we can put back Thassa's Oracle and Jace. We'll draw one of them. And let's Force of Will pitching the Brainstorm. And they pass. Okay, we somehow survived. And now let's ponder looking for a land. We do find one, so let's cast Doomsday. And we will cast Doomsday and we'll make the top card of our deck Force of Will so we can cycle Street Wraith into it. And then we'll just put some cyclers and Thassa underneath. So I'll be at 7. I'll cycle in this sort of instance of things. I'm going to be cycling 2 Street Wraiths, so I'll be at 3, and then pitch casting Force of Will, so I'll be at 2, but that's still fine. This was actual factual Belcher. Actually, I probably don't need to get to 0 cards, but I am just going to do that. This means I can't daze on my own turn, because I'll be cycling both Edges of Autumn. And they concede. Alright, that was sick. Well, they, I guess they hit their fizzle right. Well, maybe not. Like, they didn't, because they would have killed me if I didn't find the Force of Will in that Brainstorm. Okay, lots of stuff to come in here. I wonder if I want anything other than these 7. Shieldred is obviously pretty funny if they want to wheel. So let's board out some number of personal tutor. Let's board out, I guess, Cavern of Souls. Don't expect to need that. Board out Jace again. Board out a couple of cyclers. And board out a Cabal Ritual. No, same consideration as before. I'll board out a... I don't know. What's the pick here? I guess the last personal tutor can go, and then Cabal Ritual. Yeah, I'm favoring Lotus Petal over Cabal Ritual because they're a wheel deck. I don't know if that really makes sense. We could, like, they are an Echo Vien's deck, but none of our graveyard interaction works particularly well. I guess, like, Nihil Spellbomb, kind of, if we can get it out. I snap keep these, right? We have a Force and a couple of Dazes. They mulligan to 6. I wonder if they play any disruption, like Veil of Summer or Defense Grid would, seeing as they're not on, they're down to 5. They could also be playing Pact of Negation, I suppose. Oh, I just immediately let Land Grant resolve. That wasn't my intention. But now they are just going to concede, I think, because we're going to Force of Negation their Burning Wish. Actually, no. We're just going to let Burning Wish resolve because they're going to get Echo Vions, and then once they fire it all off, we get to ruin their day. I do expect this to prompt the concession. But we'll see. And they do. All right. Well, 4-0. Let's go for the trophy round. Alrighty, on the play once more. We have been lucky in that sense. We're against Il Livelatore, which I do believe is Claudio Bonani, but I could be wrong. GP Lil winner. I'm gonna just be on the play here, and well, I mean, I'll keep this. It's a Doomsday away from happiness. Well, no, that's not true exactly. We need both a Doomsday and a black initial mana source. We do kind of get there. Okay. So, yeah, let's draw the Lotus Petal. I'm not going to play it out this turn, or this time. I kind of am thinking I'm up against the blue deck here. And I don't want to give anything away. Would really love to not get Thoughtseize here. Oof. But I do get Thoughtseize. Okay, What do you take here? I think I Thoughtseize, or rather I Daze Scrubland here. I mean, if they're sitting on Force of Will, then it's I'm pretty much banking on them not sitting on Force of Will. Yeah, let's try this. Okay, and I'm gonna actually win with Jace here. So I'm gonna need an extra mana. So the pile is going to be some cyclers, Lion's Eye Diamond, Jace, and another cycler probably. So I brainstorm, I draw Jace LED cycler, I put back Jace and the Thassa, or rather Thassa and Jace, and then I cycler sack LED into Jace, play Jace, and then plus him. Okay, let's hope that he hasn't been sandbagging a force of will. All right, we cast brainstorm, put back Thassa and Jace. F6 does seem to be engaged on the opponent's side, but you never know. So we play Jace, we plus him on ourselves, and that mills the Thassa and the Street Wraith and draws the Street Wraith, and yeah, they concede. All right, cool. What deck goes? Polluted Delta Fetch, Scrubland, and Thoughtseize. Some, like any Esper deck would have fetched Underground Sea, and if they didn't because they had it in their hand, they would have played Underground Sea to Thoughtseize, I would assume, just to sculpt their next turns with like cantrips and whatnot. So something tells me it's not a blue deck, but I could very well be wrong. Gosh, I don't know. It could be a reanimator deck that plays white for sideboard stuff. It could be like a Stoneforge Mystic kind of deck, like a what was the old white black deck? It's not the Rock. What's the name I'm thinking of here? Holy moly, I completely forgot. Like when I was playing Legacy in 2012 when I started, there was this black white deck with like Dark Confidants and Stoneforge Mystics, and I just cannot remember what we called it or what name it had. But I'm really at a loss to what I'm supposed to be sort of sideboarding for here, which almost makes me want to not sideboard. There are white decks I'm not really super keen on Sheoldred, but then again, they probably aren't bringing in or keeping in a lot of removal. Maybe I'll bring in like one Sheoldred. I'll board out one personal tutor. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of the cost of doing business when you win before your opponent really does a lot of meaningful things. Um, hmm. Let's see here. Opponent keeps 7. I'm tempted to keep 7 here. We can Street Wraith and we have a draw step, and then we can like play Lotus Petal and Ponder if we don't find a land in the top 2 cards. Okay, Flooded Strand, so it might just be a blue deck. There's 2 blue fetches. It would be kind of weird if they don't have blue. Yeah, okay. Underground Sea. Blue mana. Tameo. Okay. Don't really think I sideboarded correctly. But I mean, who cares, right? Jeez. Alright, what's the choice here? I think we cycle Street Wraith first to see if we can hit a land and not lose to Daze. Okay. I think I'm going to Ponder here, crazy as that might sound, but if I find a land, which I do, then my Daze is on, and I don't pass the turn with no permanents in play. Well, I might, but then it's because I've dazed. Opponent dazes, so I'm going to daze. Doomsday is on the stack. Doomsday resolves. I wonder if I'm supposed to play around, what's its face? Consign to memory. And, like, am I even able to do that? Okay. How does all this work out? So, if I have a pile that I can cast the Ponder next turn. Maybe I'm supposed to Duress next turn. So I play land, cast Duress. But then, like, if they ever get to flip Tameo and then are able to buy it back, if they have Consign, I don't know. I think I kind of like this, but we'll see. We shall see. Let's put Basic Island on the bottom, then Thassa, then Cavern, then Misty, and then we will draw Duress. Okay, opponent starts. That's the clue token. I'm mostly concerned, I think, about them going land Brainstorm right now and flipping Tamio right away. And after that, I'm probably a bit concerned about them going Thoughtseize. There's the Underground Sea. Also, like, I don't know what kind of value they're putting on Consign having just lost to Jace. Okay. I think I have to Duress now because if I cast Ponder and then they Wasteland me, then the Duress is gone forever. And and if they decide to Force of Will this, then I probably Force of Will back. Okay, they don't. And they have the Consign. So let's get rid of that. They can buy that back, but that's going to take them a little bit. Interesting that they. I guess they didn't Thoughtseize because they had to. Yeah, they had to keep up Consign. That makes sense. So my next draw is Misty Rainforest, and then I can cast Ponder. If they don't mind, I guess they Thoughtseize me here. I'm gonna let them Thoughtseize. If they take the Ponder, that slows me down a turn, but then I still have Force. Okay, they take the Force. Interesting. Here comes Tamio, another clue. So far, no cards drawn with the clues. Okay, so I'm gonna let them see that I drew Misty Rainforest. I would be surprised if they force this or even daze it. I mean, they can do either, I guess. If they daze, I'm just gonna fetch and pay. Okay, Island on the bottom, then the Thassa, and then I'll draw Cavern of Souls. And then I think they need to have found Consigned to Memory now. Or I don't know if they're like a Dreadnought deck, which we can't rule out. We've not seen anything. Okay, Murktide. That might mean it's not Dreadnought. I don't know. But if they are a Dreadnought deck, then they were playing like Dress Down and whatnot. Okay, here comes Tamio, and they cast the Ponder. So we know they shuffle. Okay, that gives me some hope that one of their last three cards isn't Consigned Memory or Dress Down. Ooh, they're tapping mana, and it's not. They don't have blue mana anymore. They made their land drop, so now I don't know what beats me here. Like an Orm's Chant or something? Oh, okay. So they flipped Tamio, but they can't minus her yet. So I think that probably means we win. If they have actual Silence or Orm's Chant, then they can use that on our upkeep, and then they get their turn. They get to minus Tamio, and then we lose. But all right, let's draw the Thassa, and let's fetch the last card. It's the Island. Hey, we got there. How about that? 5-0. Cha-ching. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's super sweet. I was not expecting that from the first outing with this deck. All right, let's wrap up. I'm kind of, I'm really stoked that we faced a blue deck in the final round because going a whole league where you only face like Stompy and combo is a little bit I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. It's just not that useful in terms of getting a feel for the format. It was fun and it was fast, but and I am pleased that the deck can handle itself there. But I was never in doubt of whether or not the deck could pull in a like put in a shift versus combo. That is sort of like when you're a fast combo deck that gets to play all the free interaction and all the forces and dazes and then also discard, then you're just always kind of naturally well set up there. The Moon Stompy matchup is certainly a little bit of a coin toss, but we navigated it and got a bit lucky. And then yeah, this Esper Tempo deck. I mean, our deck certainly also performed. I got a lot of like spicy opening hands, a lot of very good like cantrip into a win. I think Personal Tutor really got to show what it's all about. So yeah, I don't know. I think I would certainly be happy just seeing where this goes. Well, I'm even happy that Jace got to do his thing in the final round, even though I didn't know what I was up against. And if my opponent had they were a force of will deck, so but they had just pretty clearly sexed. But yeah, so thanks a lot for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Let's keep the Doomsday train chugging, huh? Chugga chugga. I'll be back with some more Legacy. Bye bye.